Hello everybody, welcome to Your Capital What's Up. I'm Chuck Wiger, your area state senator. Thank you very much for watching. Today we're pleased to visit with Don Mullin. He's a Whitebear Lake resident, very busy. He's a member of the Whitebear Lake School Board. He's also the new director for the St. Paul Building Construction Trades Assembly Council. Might have that title a little mixed up there, but he's in charge of that organization. And so we're going to talk about some of those activities, and welcome to our show, Don.
Thank you very much, Senator. I appreciate it.
Good. Well, Don, you're in Whitebear Lake. I know you're married, have a family, and that's your number one priority. Tell us about the family first, and then we'll get into school board and building trades.
Well, the family is doing really well. My wife, Kelly, and I have three beautiful children, and one of them is graduated and starting college, or it's actually in the middle of college. The other two are attending Sunrise Middle School and doing very well. Okay. Benjamin plays for the Benjamin's claim to fame, as they say, is with the Whitebear youth football, and our daughter Sydney swims on the Bears swim team.
Okay, so you go to a lot of events.
I'm all the time. That's you know, people laugh. Pull my calendar up, and you know, it's half full of business, and then the other half is events all night long. So yeah, we're a busy family.
Good. And you grew up in Whitebear area?
No, unfortunately, I didn't. I'm a transplant.
Okay, but you have deep roots.
Yes,
or you've
yes.
been involved for quite some time.
Oh yes, I've been involved in the community since we moved there about 11 years ago, and I've been involved since then. I love the area. I spend a lot of time out there in the middle of the lake, or as much as possible. But we have deep ties to the community. They're great things. It's a great community to live in.
Okay, and you are a member of the school board. You're well into your first term. Tell us what it's like being on the school board.
You know, when I first made the decision to run, I was kind of very humbled. You know, I mean, it was just this great thing, and I love being there. I'm having a great time at learning how the school system works. I mean, as you know, you know, the school system is a integral part of education is amazing, and it's like it's a business, but it's a business of educating young men and women and creating an environment for them to learn, and there's just so many great things around it. So I'm learning every day, and I'm enjoying it.
And as a member of the school board, you're charged overall by the statute for the care, control, and management of the school district. You hire a superintendent and evaluate that person. And as the chief exec, you need to work together as a team on the various issues. And of course, the staff is a very key part of the operation that the superintendent helps lead, but ultimately the buck stops with the board. You're accountable. What would be the biggest challenges facing Whitebear area schools now?
I think it's not only Whitebear, and just to expand and other district leaders that I've talked to, I think the career pathway thing is one of the most challenges that we all face. Okay. You know, providing, you know, listen, we want every person, every student from the beginning, we need to teach them that they need to get a secondary education. That is important, but we're seeing more and more that don't follow that pathway, and we need to find other avenues to help them grow and provide opportunity for them.
And in state law, we ask that we hope that students will graduate and be college and or career ready, because ultimately, you know, it's that goal that you're going to be in the workforce.
I agree.
And whether it's through the college or through a vocational school or some other way that will get you ready for that job. So I guess that's your point, making sure there's a pathway.
Yeah, and I think the one thing we forget about, I mean, we talk about, you know, vocational schools and tech schools, but we also forget about one of my other loves, which is the construction industry and apprenticeship programs that are registered with the state, and they do some great works. And I know we count those as tech schools, but there's just some great opportunity. And one of the things...
Yeah, let's talk about that, because there's many opportunities out there in the
Huge.
trades. The pay is very good, the benefits, security, if you're willing to roll up your sleeves, the opportunities there. You just have to have the attitude, the aptitude as well, and you're going to have to learn that in some areas, in many areas, but the opportunities are out there right now.
There's a ton of opportunity, especially now. I mean, to look at good pathway, into the construction trades is doing some great work right now around, teaching young men and women to get into the trades. And we've done, as far as the construction industry, we need to do a better job at opening up that opportunity and promoting that pathway. Because, there's a lot of things that go into it with safety and those things, but there's some great opportunities out there to do that and to do some training of that in the schools. Okay. And that's what's important. Okay.
And when might that exploration start within the schools? We're
starting it now. In Whitebear Lake, we've got a construction career pathway project going, and in St. Paul schools, there's a construction careers pathway project.
At what level in your education would you be exposed or learn about it as you're making those career decisions, and starting as early as middle school, as you get into high school?
We could, the National Building Trades, I'll back up a little bit. The National Building Trades has a curriculum, it's called a multi-craft curriculum. And it goes out there and it talks about safety, it talks about professionalism, it talks about all those great things that lead to a great pathway into the trades. Mm-hmm. And that curriculum can be put into place in the district from middle school on up. And where we can be teaching some of that stuff and giving them, those young men and women, some hands-on experiences and giving them the opportunity to go out and visit the trade schools so that they can see firsthand what an electrician does, what a carpenter does, mm-hmm. what a painter does, or a glazer does, or what a pipe fitter does. I mean, there's some amazing schools out there that are going on, and give them that hands-on experience is what we all need.
Okay. And so in Whitebear, we'll say, what are you doing in high school then for that exposure for young men or women?
Right now, we're starting in the high school and giving them the opportunity to get out and see the different trades and explore through that. And we're working on a program now that would provide a summer job, and so a summer job into young men and women so that they can go out and explore those opportunities out into the field, get out of the classroom a little bit.
In high school?
In high school.
There's a job.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
And in St. Paul schools, they're doing the same thing as far as providing a summer job for young men and women. And the way it would kind of look is that these young men and women would apply for this job. It'd be a 10-week course study. The first week they would go to, say, the pipe fitters training center, and then the second week they would go to the carpenter, sheet metal. I mean, they would just kind of go down the line, and they would spend a week training at all those different training centers. And at the end of that, as they go into their senior year of high school, they would kind of have a direction of our pathway. And if they need a little more help with their math, because there's a lot of math involved in construction.
There is.
Right? So we could then go back and help them out to get the math they need to help them have a successful pathway.
Okay. And how much does this cost?
It's free.
It's free. It's such a wonderful opportunity, and you're just trying to get more and more people involved in it. And in addition to getting paid for the experience while you're learning, you could have a very good wage in a job within a couple of years after graduating high school, couldn't you?
You know what? It's been a great career for me. I've been in 20 years. And, I tell this story, and I refer back to my father a lot. He was with the painters, mm-hmm. and he used to tell me all the time, I'll kick the door open for you. What you do on the other side of it is up to you, but I'll kick the door open. And this is kind of that same concept, right? Is that we'll kick the door open for you, and what you do on the other side of it is totally up to you. But here's a great opportunity. Mm-hmm. And, when I first got into the trade, he suggested to me that I should just continue to work hard and do a good job. And I listened to him, and he said, at the end of your 30 years, you'll have a pension. Well, I'm 20 years into that now. I got 10 more years. and I could retire. Not saying that I will, but I could retire and move off into the sunset, and it's a great opportunity.
But as your dad said, you got to put in the hard work too,
It's
and
all
make
about
there
it.
no mistake. But you've got to have that work ethic.
Yes. Oh,
And
yes.
you teach that, I guess, too? Or, well, I mean, if a person's lazy, they better step up. But they'll get weeded out, I assume.
Quick. And
Quick.
the big thing for us is that, not only have a positive attitude, and a great work ethic, which goes hand in hand, but the safety aspect, there's a lot of aspects to the construction industry, or things that are core beliefs, our core values that we hold very sacred, and safety is one of them, and we're not going to move from that.
Yes. Back, for the Whitebear School Board and what you're involved in, tell me about what a meeting is like when you go to the meeting. You have the agenda that's published. There may be 30 or more people in the audience, depending on the issue. But what it's like, at a typical meeting, and what if somebody wants to contact you about an issue?
Well, my phone number and my email address are both up on the district website, and I would encourage anybody. I answer all the emails and I return all the phone calls. You talked about great leaders. We have a great leader up there in Dr. Lovett. He does a great job, and the interesting thing about Dr. Lovett is that he remembers every kid's name. And if you walk around the schools with him, everybody knows him, and he does a really good job. But the other thing he is really good at is he gives us all the information, up front, and it's all public information with the school district.
You can get a lot of that on the website for the meeting.
Yep.
It'll show pretty much what you're getting.
Yep. It shows everything. I mean, we have an open meeting, and we talk freely amongst each other at the meeting. So a lot of it is we want to make sure that Dr. Lovett sets out a strategy, and we move forward with that strategy, and we oversee and make sure that that strategy is what fits the district and what the citizens are looking for, and providing a strong district. And we're moving in a good direction. There's some good synergy right now around everything that's going on with the school within a school, which is the Gifted and Talented program that's working really well, with the IB for the middle schools now that is really doing well.
The International
Baccalaureate,
which for those that may not know that, and again, providing opportunities that will really stretch one's potential to make sure people are fully challenged, and being able to earn post-secondary credits while you're in school is so important. And I know that the Whitebear Schools is one of the biggest supporters for those types of programs.
We encourage them. I mean, we have a great partnership with Century College over there too, and with all the university systems, but we encourage that. That's important stuff, as we're going through school, to be able to provide those opportunities and look for even more opportunities. And then that's one of the things that I'm the most proud about. Our technology piece in Whitebear Lakes, the school system is working great. I mean, there's always bugs, but the implementation, Mark Garrison is doing an excellent job at implementing that technology plan. And this year they're down to 6th through 9th grade. We'll have the one-to-one initiative, which is great. And we've updated the technology throughout the school system with firewalls, and making sure that our students are safe and they're being safe on their devices, which is very important to all of us. So there's just some great stuff going on in the school district. I'm really proud and really excited, and I look to the future, and I'm excited about the future.
One thing, we worked at the legislature with some of the students. I remember Sophie and some of her teachers, but for the big issue at Whitebear Lake, just on the water level.
Yes, sir.
And it's going up a little bit, but it still has a lot of concern, and it's underscored in part the need to conserve more water. And the school district, as well as Matamidi, they're in a Race to Reduce program to encourage conservation and that ethic. And we know that young people are going to be a big part of the future resolution of this, as well as other issues. But we appreciate Whitebear's, Matamidi's efforts to address this.
it's important. Sophie is amazing. I had a great conversation with her. She came and presented this to the board also,
Yes.
and she did an excellent job. An extraordinary young woman. And she, this whole thing is great. I mean, before we were talking about the lake and how important it is to us and how important it is to the community. I mean, my family spends a great amount of time out there enjoying the beautiful lake. And it's the economic engine of the community,
Yes.
and not only Whitebear, but Mahtomedi and all the surrounding communities. So we need to help it, and we need to preserve it as much as possible.
Great. Well, in addition to your activities as a dad with the family, and you talked about, and with the school board, you're also the new head executive director secretary for the St. Paul Building Construction Trades Council. Did I get that correct?
Yes, sir.
Almost?
Yes, sir. It's all good.
And it really relates well to the school district type activities in terms of jobs and opportunities. Tell us about that new role.
Well, I took over for a great leader and a great, Harry Melander has been there for 30 years. And
Harry, who lives in Mahtomedi,
Mahtomedi, yes.
So very familiar with our area as well.
Yes, grew up on the east side of St. Paul, and he's a great labor leader. He's been around for a long time, but he continues to teach me and groom me and make sure that we're moving in a positive direction, and we are.
And he's actually continues at the state level.
Yes, sir.
For the
Yes,
director,
sir.
so
He's
it's
still
not
the
like
president
he's
of the
not
state
doing
governors.
anything in addition to being on the Metropolitan Council.
Right.
So what are you doing now in that role?
So what I'm doing now is I'm looking to grow our participation, all the building trades with the school systems, with the school districts around the East Metro, which are brilliant. We're looking to expand projects. I mean, we're hoping for a stadium right over here, a soccer stadium in St. Paul, which we think is a great move. And we're looking to expand that. We're looking to expand building and look for economic growth. I mean, it's important stuff for our communities, and we're to continue to build strong communities, to continue to build strong schools. So we're promoting all of that stuff and increasing the visibility and making sure that people understand that we're professionals and we go out and do this work every day, and we work really hard at doing training and making sure we're professional in all of those aspects. So I'm helping to promote all that stuff.
And for the training we talked about in the K-12, or as I call the E-12 system, you have those programs. But if someone, let's say they're looking at a career change, a viewer, or they know someone, and they'd like to say, well, maybe this is for me. Do you have programs for those people in mind if they want to do a transition and explore doing this, which could lead to a very good wage, could lead to benefits and a pension? Is that available?
Yes, sir. We have a great program right now in partnership with St. Paul College. Great institution right up in St. Paul. They have a program called Trading Up. And
Training Up.
Trading Up.
Trading Up.
Yep, sir. It's a great opportunity, and it opens up and expands the look of all the different trades, and grows in the possibility. It's free. You just got to go in there, sign up. You take a small test, and we help you get through that test, just to kind of assess where you're at and see what kind of training you need. Provide that training, and then provide a job that will lead to a career. So no matter what level you're at, we'll get you there, and help you get to where you need to have a great career in the trades.
Well, Don Mullin, thank you so much for your service, for your positive outlook, your can-do attitude. I encourage viewers to contact you if they have questions about the school district or about the great opportunities in construction and the trades area as well, or if they want to know how the swimming team or the football teams and other things are doing out your way.
Senator, I want to thank you very much. I mean, your work for education has just been magnificent, and I want to thank you for everything you do for all of us citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Viewers, please give them a call if you'd like to follow up. I know you'll get great feedback. If you have questions for me, give me a call. My cell phone is 651-770-0283, or give me an email. We'll do our best. For Your Capital What's Up, I'm Chuck Wiger. Thank you very much for watching.